Hello again, it's me, Myra. Time for another anatomy lesson. This week we'll be starting our systems. We've gone over the brain, all the way down to the body, all the bones in the body. So now we're going to go into the systems. Week number 1, we're starting today, is going to be the integumentary system. Integumentary system consists of the hair, nails, and skin. So let's get started. Did you know that the skin is the largest organ in the body? It is. It forms our physical appearance, our barrier between the external and the internal environments. It also prevents and maintains. Okay? The parts of the skin, there's several. There is the epidermis, the dermis, the hypodermis, the associated glands, hair, and nails. Okay? Functions: protection, sensation, regulation, absorption, excretion, vitamin D synthesis, social functions like touch, physical, and then interactive gestures. Our hands, our frowns, all of that is physical interaction and gestures. Okay. First line of defense against bacteria and injury. Did you know that? Without skin, the body may struggle to maintain temperature, leading to hyper or hypothermia, also loss of sensation. Okay? I'm going to spin you around and I'm going to show you the anatomy of the skin. So as we get going a little bit more, it'll make more sense. Here we go. All right, so I have my pen. So we have a hair shaft here and here. We have the erector pili muscle, hair follicle, sebaceous oil gland right there. We have a hair root, a hair follicle receptor, adipose tissue, sensory nerve fiber, follow that on around. On this side, pore of a sweat gland, okay. Epidermis is the top part, epidermis. Then the middle part is the dermis here. We have the hypodermis, which is way down deep. We have a sweat gland here. That's why we have the sweat gland duct. Comes all the way down to the hypodermis of the skin. Pacinian corpuscle, whoop, right there. And we have cutaneous vascular plexus there. Get back around. So that is what a piece of the skin would look like. So let's go and get this carry on here. So nerve endings help as far as sense of the touch, pain, temperature. Without skin, the affected area would lose the sensation. Okay. Hair. The hair shaft. We talked about the hair shaft. Each hair has a root and a shaft. The shaft is the visible part of the hair. Okay. The root is the closest to the skin. It goes down to the deepest part of the skin, surrounded by a follicle, connective tissue, and a sebaceous gland. How we sweat. Your hair sweats when you get too hot or whatever. That's coming from that connective tissue and the sebaceous gland. Hair fibers play a role to determine strength, texture, and color. The average skin only lasts about 14 days. Some are more durable and can last many years. Skin repair requires exercise and hydration. We have lotions and stuff like that, or they have the dermabrasion, I guess, where they can take the dead layers of your skin off. Okay. The hardest skin type to take care of, believe it or not, is a combination. Okay. We have oily, we have dry, we have, there's different skin types, but combination is the hardest to maintain because the T-zone, forehead, nose, this way, is oily, but the cheeks are dry. So it's harder because there's more than one thing going on at the same time. Scars. Excuse me. Scars. The epidermis. If you have a scar, you can see I have a scar. Let's see. Here, I have a scar. It can be just the epidermis only. Okay. So let me show you my scar again. If I can point down a little bit to my wrist. My wrist right there. Or it can go deeper than that. So when the scar is deeper than the epidermis, so it's into the dermis, it often is a raised scar. I don't have a raised scar. Just FYI. Okay? So the thickest part of the skin, is the palms of the hand and, correct, the soles of the feet. Okay? Around your heel area. Okay? The thinnest skin is your eyelids. I can see that, right? Eyelids, and of course your genitalia. All right? Nails. Let's go on to nails now. I just want to show you. Let's see. Let me get my little nail picture going. Turn you around. So we have the skin. We've talked about the skin. There's all the different things of the skin, just a smaller picture. Now we're going to go to the nail. So you see you have an edge of the nail. We have a nail plate, a lateral nail fold, lanula, and of course the cuticle, and then the proximal nail fold would be here. Okay, and this is just a side view here. So we have the edge of the nail plate, the lanula again, the cuticle, proximal nail fold, nail root, nail matrix. There's a tendon here. And we've learned just this our last lesson, this is the distal phalanx of a finger. This could be an index finger, a middle finger, a ring finger, doesn't say. So this is just a lateral view, the side view there. Right, let's carry on. So we have a nail fold. It's the soft tissue structure, protects the lateral proximal area and edges of the nail plate. Okay, the visual area. The mantle, we have the cuticle is the clear dead skin. The matrix is what makes new nail. So the matrix area makes the new nail. The nail bed It's skin beneath the nail plate. So the nail bed is the skin beneath the nail plate. Okay? And there's a way that we can remember which is what each one stands for. So it would be on the skin, it would be, can lemurs get some bamboo? So the corneum, we have the lucidum, the granulosum, the spinosum, and the basal. Okay, those way that we can remember on the skin which area is what. Okay, so we're going to carry on, and we already have the picture of the nail bed again. I just had another one, but here it is again. It's a little bit bigger. And then I want to go back to the skin before we get done, because I want to talk a little bit about skin cancer just for a minute, and I want to touch on bones, also, not bones, burns, just for a minute also. So there is three types of, well, there are several types of skin cancer, but the three that I've chosen for this week's lesson is the squamous cell carcinoma, the basal cell carcinoma, and the melanoma. Okay, so I just want to show you pictures of those three, and then we're going to go on to the burns and classifications of the burns, and I have a picture of those as well. So let me show you what this is a squamous cell carcinoma, cancer of the skin. As you can see, it just stays closer to the epidermis. A little bit of the dermis, but not all the way down. This is squamous cell carcinoma. Basal cell carcinoma, as you can see, has a little bit more here. It's coming further down there. And then this is a melanoma. This is a more serious skin cancer. As you can tell, there's way more cancer cells. It's much bigger, and it's coming all the way down into the mid-dermis there. Now, let's talk about burns just for a moment. There are first-degree burns, second-degree burns, and third-degree burns. And some require more intervention, if you will, than others. Okay? So, the burns classification, there's also a fourth degree, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. First degree burn just involves the epidermis. So the first little layer of the skin. The second degree burn involves the epidermis and the dermis. The third classification, third degree, epidermis, dermis, hypodermis. So we're getting, we're all the way down. But what is the fourth degree? The fourth degree burn entails the epidermis, the dermis, the hypodermis. So we're at 3 already, right? 1, 2, and 3. But also it can affect the bones and the muscles. That's a really, really tragic, severe burn. Now, the let me just show you what each one would look like. And I didn't want to show you like a actual person. So I just found a little cartoon-like thing, animated. Let me just show you each. Remember, this is first degree. So as you can see, it's just kind of on the palm area of the hand, or close to the fourth and fifth digit. Superficial only affects the skin surface. Now here's the second degree. So we're getting it a little bit more. This is number 2. Burns that affect the outermost and second skin. So remember, it's going to be epidermis and then the dermis on this one. Third degree. Now we're really getting into it. Third degree. Burns that have killed the skin all the way to the fatty tissue. This illustration. So just keep in mind that the fourth degree goes all the way down to the bone and the muscles. Okay? So first degree is epidermis. Second degree is epidermis and dermis. The third degree, epidermis, dermis, and hypodermis. Fourth, epidermis, dermis, hypodermis, bones and muscles. In 3 and 4, there is nerve damage, which means even though it's more severe, it is less painful because you have burned, or the nerves of that area have been burned. Okay? Functions are compromised, like fluid, internal structures. They're very vulnerable for infection. Burns are specialized, and they also require specialized personnel that have to be trained in the system, in the skin, nails, hair system. Okay? All right. So I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. Next week we'll be going over digestive. So I hope you can join us again for another lesson. And I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.